Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Well, this video took a while, took longer than I thought. And I'll explain why. Let me just get organised. Oh, I thought someone had nicked my life jacket then, but they haven't. I've got a piece of paper. It's all worked out on paper. We've just got to break free now from the mooring. What was that? Right, the state banquet. I really hope I've got enough battery power. I've got 44%, so that should be enough. And as promised, I'm here in a tiara and we're going for a row on this lovely Friday evening. So I wanted to start by saying a massive congratulations to all the people who made it happen. I think that perhaps it's lost on a lot of people, members of the public. I know you guys know and appreciate, anyone who's ever organised a wedding will know and appreciate how much effort it takes, talk about teamwork, to put on such a wonderful state banquet. And I'm going to focus on the banquet because you know me, I love tiaras, I love ball gowns. It's so Cinderella, and I think this particular one is the best one I have ever seen. I thought it was lovely. And I'll tell you why this video's taken quite a while. It's because the last couple of days I've been going through videos and doing research into tiaras. But again, a massive, massive congratulations to all the people who pulled it off at Windsor Castle for the banquet. I mean, also to the people the guards who will have spent weeks, months preparing, all the marches, just wonderful. The whole thing, just wonderful. But as I say, I particularly like the banquet. Yes, the Princess of Wales was beautiful. They all were. I thought they all looked magnificent, without exception. Men as well, of course. So anyway, I started, this is where my research started. I see that Queen Camilla is wearing the late monarch's sapphire necklace and tiara. And I've discovered in the last couple of days, when it's a set, like brooches, tiara, necklace, earrings, it's called a parure. I never knew what on earth they were talking about before then. So I've done some research into that, I've learnt that. And now, the sapphire tiara and necklace fascinated me because there's a big story behind that of a princess who was once committed to an asylum. Well, of course, that pricked my ears up. I thought, what's going on here? So Camilla has been wearing the late monarch's sapphire necklace. Now, the sapphire necklace apparently was a wedding present. I knew that already from her father, George VI. But what I didn't realise was that Queen Elizabeth bought an antique sapphire necklace. Now, I did know that you can have a necklace mounted as a tiara and vice versa. So they're really versatile pieces of jewellery. So it's basically a necklace, the sapphire tiara. And it's a necklace that belonged to Princess Louise, and I've forgotten the country. I think it's Belgium, but I mean, anyone out there. I'm a Philistine, okay? I've read so much about royal jewellery and stuff. My brain is pickled. But I think her father was Leopold II. I think of Belgium, but it could have been Hungary, and they're nowhere near each other. And I'm so sorry, I can't remember. But anyway, Princess Louise, I think she was born around about 1850 something, and her dad was really mean to her, and he said, oh, you're not very pretty and your nose is quite big. Isn't that a horrible thing for a dad to say? So apparently this lady's got memoirs out there, and she married a man, or felt under pressure to marry a man who I don't think she really liked him at all. I don't think she liked him one bit. Oddly enough, he was called Prince Philip. And they didn't get on at all. And a lot of people said she was rebellious, including her father. And, she was just basically, they picked on her left, right and centre. And one of her jewels was this sapphire necklace. And she was committed to a lunatic asylum. And I was very surprised. I can't remember or pronounce the name of it. But apparently it was a special lunatic asylum for the aristocrats and members of the royal family, European royals, back in the day, in Victorian days. You see, didn't take much to get locked up in one of those places back in those days. These days, you know, it's quite the reverse. And she died, I think, quite penniless because her father, well, he didn't just cut her and her sister off. I think she had 2 sisters, actually. He basically, I don't know what he did exactly with it, but to cut it short, he gave it away to the cat's home, sort of thing. It wasn't the cat's home, it was, he found another way of sort of disinheriting them all. So, yeah, I think he was King of Belgium, because they said he'd made a load of money in the Congo. And I think, wasn't it the Belgians that made money in the Congo, and there was some bad doodah going on down there. So he was really, really rich. He was like a billionaire of the day. And it's her necklace. So Queen Elizabeth bought this gorgeous sapphire necklace, and then I got into watching videos from jewellery experts as to how they do it. And it's basically called a tiara frame, and it has like a little screw in it, and they clip the necklace, they take the chain of the necklace off, and they clip the necklace to the tiara frame, and then they use the screw to tighten it. And even the very, I've seen them where they've got very top stones, because of the tension of the necklace, it stands upright. Isn't that clever? And I mean, Marie Antoinette, I'm guessing, probably could have done the same with her jewellery. I've been going through, getting loads of screenshots. I mean, I just got lost in royalty and tiaras. Not just royalty, I mean Cleopatra, the ultimate queen. Let's get out of this breeze. I think the breeze is going right up your microphone. So I'll turn around. No music this Friday, not yet anyway. Yeah, so I've got screenshots of Cleopatra and of more traditional crowns and tiaras, of sub-Saharan princesses, and obviously Catherine, Duchess of Kent, who passed away recently. She inherited some pieces from her mother-in-law, the late Princess Marina. And oh my goodness, Princess Marina. Now there's a fabulous lady. So I mean, just from looking up Camilla's Sapphire set, I went right down here, and I'm going to take you with me. And there is also, I mean, I said the other day that I thought Catherine Kent was the most beautiful member of the royal family. I don't know, I'm a bit torn, actually, after having reminded myself of the equally fabulous Princess Michael of Kent, her sister-in-law. And she also inherited pieces of jewellery from Princess Marina. And these pieces of jewellery, a lot of them, some of them come from the Romanovs, the Russian royal family that were murdered by the Bolsheviks and were smuggled out. And they have huge history of the people that came before Catherine, and I think she's called Marie Christine, but I always call her Princess Michael. I think her name's Marie Christine. And so I found loads and loads of pictures of Princess Michael of Kent, and I found loads of videos on YouTube about all the pieces of jewellery that her late mother-in-law left to her son, her youngest son, and he obviously gave them to his wife. And Princess Michael has actually designed new pieces and adapted them a lot like Queen Mary, and so it's really a tradition. Rest assured, this is a tradition Meghan is never going to have anything to do with, because she's never been let within an inch of a tiara. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised either if the Queen Mary bandeau that she wore on her wedding day was probably a fake, just to be on the safe side. I guess we'll never know. I did notice that it had rainbow refraction. Anyone out there who's into diamonds will know exactly what that means. So perhaps they didn't entirely trust her with the real thing. The Princess of Wales, of course, wore the Cambridge Lover's Knot, which we're all so familiar with from Princess Diana and from Princess Catherine herself. Thought Prince William looked absolutely bloody marvellous. They looked like something out of a fairy tale. I loved it, absolutely loved it. I also loved that they put so many shots of the banquet before, during, after. I went on Windsor Castle virtual tour website so I could get some videos of some of the rooms that they have in there, including St George's Hall, which I assume attaches to St George's Chapel, maybe, where lots of them get married, I think. Now, my piece of paper. Princess Anne is the next one. Now, I started delving into Princess Anne and her tiaras, and I love doing that because I love a lot of her tiaras. But there's a particular couple of pictures of her on her 21st birthday. And I mean, I've often said Princess Anne was kind of my first princess. She was always my princess. This was way before Diana. And my big sister kind of looked a little, my big sister looked a little bit like Princess Anne. Well, she had very, very long hair. Now, if you look at this particular portrait picture of Princess Anne taken on her 21st birthday, this apparently was taken in 1971, and I would have been 1 year old. Now, fast forward to 1973, and a James Bond film came out with Jane Seymour. Look at the hairstyle. I believe that Princess Anne's 21st birthday portrait with her hair like that, looking so ethereal. I think that's what inspired the Broccoli family to create this character. I can't remember. Was she called Solitaire in the movie? Was it it wasn't Live and Let Die, was it? Or was it Live and Let? I can't remember if it was Roger Moore or a Sean Connery. I think it was a Roger Moore. And I think it was Live and Let Die, wasn't it? It was one where he ran across all the crocodiles' backs. If that's the case, then that was Roger Moore. And straight away, so I'd never seen this 21st birthday portrait of Anne before. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, well, Jane Seymour, James Bond. So I had to go look for the photo of Jane Seymour in the James Bond movie, and I see a distinct similarity, which just goes to show how much members of the royal family do influence fashion. It's getting a bit dark now for sunglasses. Put them there. Oh, there's so much I want to talk to you about tiaras. I mean, I have been, it's like I've gone on a crash course about historical tiaras. A lot of Princess Michael's pieces really surprised me, their history, and then they put photographs of Princess Marina wearing them. Princess Marina, of course, was like super royalty on steroids. She was, I think, Greek, Russian, you know, she was a bit of everything. She was like a real blue blood. And apparently when she married Prince George, youngest of David's brothers, there were huge crowds, people throwing flowers at her car when she arrived, which is sort of reminiscent of Princess Diana at her funeral, people throwing flowers. And I think people also forget how absolutely stunning Princess Michael is because she's out of sight. I think people, they underestimate Princess Anne and the glamour that they not only had then, but they still do now. And Camilla, I think Camilla wears gorgeous jewelry. I was a little bit worried. I think she was in pain. That would be my guess, just looking at her face. I think it was a real struggle for her. I hope I'm wrong, but I have a feeling, didn't her mum have osteoporosis? And I hope I am wrong about that. But it did look to me like she had a bit more going on than sinuses. Great discomfort. And can you imagine having to sit through a state banquet if you're not feeling 100%? So, I mean, the show must go on. And to bring me back to weddings, anybody who's ever organised a wedding will know how much stress, how much preparation, how much organisation goes into it. And so a state banquet is really that on steroids, isn't it? It's a massive, massive thing. I'll try and put some more photographs up of as many things as I can. You know, I want to buy a tiara frame now. I want to buy a tiara frame, and then I'm going to buy myself some cheap necklaces, and I'm going to see if I can mount them as tiaras. And oh boy, I mean, I find jewelers as well. This is another thing. Like, for example, oh, Melania. Oh yes, this is something else I wanted to talk about. I thought she looked stunning. Loved it all. Not sure about the pink belt with the yellow dress, but her hair looked fabulous. And so I looked up, because I was kind of hoping she'd wear a tiara. And then I looked up first ladies that wear tiaras. And there have been some, and I can't remember any of their names. One was Mamie something. I mean, a couple of them were like Victorian era or turn of the last century. And of course Jackie O, well, she was Jackie K then. But what Jackie did was, apparently it's a bit of a no-no for a president's wife to wear a tiara, because psychologically, I think, the American public associate it with royalty. Well, I think that's silly, and I'm not sure they do. I think lots of American people love tiaras. I shall put up some pictures of American people wearing tiaras, very well-known American people, and Australian people, Nicole Kidman. And what's wrong with wearing a tiara? I haven't noticed anybody staring at me yet. They don't care. I haven't even noticed. We're not going far. I'm just going to row up and down a little bit tonight. Friday evening. And I managed to get loads done this week as well on the bathroom, little finishing touches, and I managed to clean the living room up and put clean rugs down, clean cushion covers. So I might start doing some videos in there. They don't call it a living room on a boat, they call it the saloon. Might start doing some videos there, sitting on the fluffy white rugs. All courtesy of Amazon. There's a new Chino's that's just opened actually, it's bloody marvellous. It's better than the one next door was really good, that's the one you always go to, but this new one is just, oh, it's fantastic. Hope there's nothing coming around the corner. Yes, let's row into the sunset together, shall we? Yeah, there's nothing coming. I loved Catherine's dress. I thought it was so princess, and I thought Prince William looked so prince. I just thought they all looked wonderful. Really, really, really wonderful. In a magical castle, wasn't it, built by William the Conqueror? Huge castle. When I watched it on the live, you know, when they were playing the bands and everything and they were doing the salutes on the lawn, I've never seen Windsor Castle from that angle before. And I was just looking at it thinking how immense it is. How immense and how magnificent and how wonderful it is. Oh, just lovely. But I mean, really, all a state banquet is inviting someone to dinner. Now, anybody out there, any of us humble people out there who have a dinner party, I mean, we don't put paper plates down, do we? And plastic knives and forks. If you're having a dinner party and you invite people round, you put a tablecloth normally, or clean the table, get some nice plates out, nice glasses, napkins, that kind of thing, bottle of wine. That's the norm, isn't it? So I mean, really, a state banquet is that for about 166 people. Apparently the table is 55 metres long, I think they said. 55-metre long table. Good gracious. They must have a positive army to do the washing up. Well, we've got the wind going with us, so I think I will turn round because I don't want to get stuck. And if the sound is too bad, then I shall just play some, oh, bloody hell, that is bright. Hang on. Play some little videos over the top. I mean, I'd love to know from you guys, at any time you've organised a wedding, and I'll wager most of you have organised weddings, and the effort that goes into it, for the hosts to dress up, the guests to dress up. We're being chased, actually, people, by quite a fast boat. I hope you can see me. I think you can. You'll see in a minute. You'll feel it in a minute. And I don't want to meet it. Yeah, look at that. Look at the rock. It's got what Graham used to refer to as a hairnet. Can you see it? I don't know if you can there. Can you see that? I can't see a bloody thing. I'm blinded by the sun. And my fear of this boat coming. And I don't think he's doing the speed limit for the marina. Oh, he's really aiming at me now. Good. I would like to see more of the tiaras. I kind of resent the fact that there's almost a reluctance to wear tiaras, or anybody out there who sort of says tiaras are only for the rich. Well, that's nonsense, because look, when I interviewed Lady C, I asked her about tiaras and she said they don't have to be real gems. You know, they can be real, they might not be real. I've seen hers in the flesh and it is fabulous, yes, and I think it's real. But it's something that ladies can wear in the evening if they want to. In fact, sod it, you could wear them for breakfast if you want. Breakfast at Tiffany's, why not? And also the pride of the jewellers. I mean, obviously there are the very famous ones like Fabergé, and there's the brand Cartier. It's been around a couple hundred years. Yep, it's all right, we're not going to sink. Well, we hope we're not. Garrard's Jewellers in London. And it's craftsmanship to see a tiara, and some of the stories behind these tiaras that modern royals wear, including Catherine, including Camilla, including Princess Anne. They have fascinating histories of perhaps royals who've been deposed, who've had to escape with their lives, or perhaps Romanovs who've had to send friends back to pretend to be plumbers to smuggle jewels out. I mean, and they get handed down from mother to daughter-in-law, from mother-in-law, and it's something Megsy's never going to have. I don't believe she's got Diana's Cartier one. What? I think it's the one she bought herself out of stainless steel. I reckon she's used a bit of gold paint and sprayed it. And I don't believe she's got Diana's aquamarine ring either. It doesn't look right to me. Oh, here we go. It's getting quite windy here now. We'll start heading back. I can't even see the phone. I can't see how long this video's been going. Oh, I'll show you this yacht that just came in. Well, it hasn't just come in. It came in a few weeks ago under emergency circumstances. It was pulled out of the water in the boatyard. One of the orcas got hold of it, ripped its rudder off, and it was sinking. They had to do a mayday and get a tow into the marina here. And they fixed it all up and it just went back in the water today, and it's near our boat. So I don't know if you'd consider that lucky or unlucky. But go and have a look at it. It's a really nice looking yacht. I don't know why they keep attacking yachts. They are dolphins, guys. They're not whales. They're not whales. They're dolphins, orca. Largest oceanic dolphin on the planet that we know of. The reason they call them killer whales is because they kill whales sometimes. Sometimes, not always. I told you we had a dolphin. Dolphin came in. It was right there between the water. Whoa! Get him. Oh, get him. Gonna do it again. Oh, there he is. Crazy, eh? My neighbour videoed it. I'll have to try and show you guys a video. It was a common dolphin. It's really weird. I've never seen one of them come in so close, ever. Royalty of the sea, if you like, the dolphins, I think. Apart from sea turtles and sea lions, I love them. Well, I love all of them. Yeah, look, this is it. I don't know if he's there at the moment. That yacht there. Orca got hold of it and ripped a big hole in the back of it. And it's only yachts that the orca have a go at. It's not powerboats. I haven't heard of a single attack on a powerboat. Or no one's come back to tell us. No one's survived it, if they have. So yeah, I mean, the pride of the jewellers and stuff. And I did see that one of the tiaras that, no, two of the tiaras that were worn by First Ladies of America are in two different museums, and I'll try and put the names of the museums up on the screen for those of you in the States or anyone visiting the States if you wanted to go and see First Ladies of America have worn tiaras in the past. And I saw one of them went to, I can't remember if it's, I think it said one of the Napoleons. Oh, it could have been Josephine, I can't remember. There's so many of them, but I am piecing it together. It's one of my hobbies, is looking up royals from bygone eras and piecing together who they're related to, how it all fits in. Oh yes, there is something I nearly forgot to say. I know there'll be loads I forget. When Princess Marina and Prince George got married, she had a load of bridesmaids. And guess who was the littlest one? Yes, the then Princess Elizabeth, to become Queen Elizabeth II, was one of Princess Marina's bridesmaids. Isn't that fabulous? And I've got a photograph of that. So yes, all in all, I thought it was a massive, massive success. Now, you might all be wondering, or you may know by now, is Megsy going to have a tantrum about the whole thing? Answer, yes. I already found a tantrum. So I might end this video by reading out this puff piece, which I believe is, let's say, inspired by Meghan Markle. It's quite nasty, so brace yourselves. Bear in mind the inspiration from whence it came. There are some rather unkind words about the President of America, and some even more unkind remarks about the Princess of Wales. But I'll read that one to you in a minute. I'll just park up because I can't row and read at the same time. It's too much. Right, getting blown off our target, which is just here. But just for those of you that haven't seen it before, I've still got to tidy up the top thing, but that's where we're aiming. And we're going to park up and then I'll read the other half out. And it's going to take me a little while to edit this one together. I don't normally do, as you know, videos with an awful lot of visual in them, but I really feel that this one is so worthwhile. Bothering with. Look at that, 1-all. Right. I'll see you in a minute and I'll read this thing out. Okay, it's entitled "The Daily Mail Sent Reporters to Montecito to Stalk the Sussexes During Trump's Visit." That's what the article's called. I believe this has been inspired or written by, I don't know, someone we may know of. I'll read it out, you guys decide. Yesterday, we talked about the Duchess of Sussex's quiet September. Meghan and her as ever team have only posted a few Instagram pics this month, and there have been no big announcements. Meghan was very quiet while Prince Harry was in the UK and Ukraine, but I expected her to post about all of the lovely Ukrainian gifts Harry brought back. She hasn't. Excellent point. I think this might be written by a sugar. Yeah, because last time he gave her a load of presents and she had to take pictures for her Insta. All we got this time was a knee and a couple of glasses of wine, wasn't it? I will be there in a minute. I know you want some more treats. Can you wait, please? Come up here. No, you come here. I did think it was interesting timing when, on Wednesday, as ever, posted a new pic of Meghan. That was in the heat of the Trump state visit. Well, it looks like the Daily Mail also hoped the Sussexes would do or say something this week. They weren't content with simply covering the left behinds. I don't know who I think they're talking about the left behinds as like the royal family. I'm not sure. We'll get to the end and we'll figure it out. They weren't content with simply covering the left behinds as they entertained an orange fascist. Oh, so yes, they are. They're referring to the royal family as the left behinds. And the President of America, you just heard. I'll put a link, I'll put a pinned comment with a link so you guys can go see this really peculiar article. It's in something called Celebrity. No, the Mail sent reporters to in capital letters, Montecito, specifically to stalk the Sussexes. So reporters who are there to report on various stuff, they're now stalkers, people. They're stalkers. There's more like Megsy stalk the press. Quote, this is apparently what the Daily Mail said. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were laying low in Montecito as the rest of his family lived the highest of high life at Wednesday's state banquet for visiting President Donald Trump and Melania. After weeks in the headlines, amid Harry's recent high-profile visit to London and Meghan basking in the spotlight from her Season 2 launch on Netflix, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were keeping out of sight at their California mansion, Daily Mail can reveal. The typically spotlight-hungry couple have been uncharacteristically quiet in Montecito this week, 5,000 plus miles from where it was all happening in Windsor Castle. As his brother, the Prince of Wales, dined on boneless free-range chicken wrapped in zucchini or ballantine de poulet fermier enrobé de courgettes, and I really hope I pronounced all that shit right, because I don't speak je ne parle français. As the pretentious French menu termed it, Harry and his wife were nowhere to be seen. Well, I don't think that was pretentious French. It was in French, right? And I don't read French. That's quite rude of the Daily Mail to say that's pretentious. I don't think it is. It's just a different language to English. Anyway, anyone French out there, French speakers, I'm sorry. I'm not really very good at pronouncing French. Their retreat is a departure for the Sussexes, who have made a habit of upstaging big royal moments. Trying to upstage, I think you mean, Daily Mail, not actually succeeding. Oh, I heard Disney's done 70 years, haven't they? And then decided to flush their reputation down the toilet by having that pair of losers advertise it with their kids with emote. That's just what you want, isn't it, to advertise Disney? Kids that walk around with a heart stuck on their face. What has the world come to? The former Suits actress, 44, has been conspicuous by her absence from social media. Nothing but an Instagram post for her husband's 41st birthday on Monday, and there has been no sign of the couple in their adopted hometown for days after Harry's return. Now that is interesting. So they're not hanging around Montecito. I wonder where they could be. Maybe on different opposite sides of the planet, nowhere near each other. Harry's probably tucked up with that Olga, isn't he? Nice and cosy pose. Both Meghan and Harry have become a familiar sight in the tiny seaside city, but appeared to have gone to ground when the Daily Mail visited Montecito this week. Swank delicatessen Pierre Lafon, where Meghan has previously been photographed, was a Sussex-free zone, as were other favourites such as Lucky's Steakhouse and upscale boutique Wendy Foster. Even the Sugar Sand Miramar Beach Bar, where the pair have been spotted walking their dogs and enjoying surf classes, they were off the radar. The timing has fueled speculation on whether Harry and Meghan may have been snubbed or are deliberately keeping out of sight to avoid Trump's wrath. According to royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams, that's because the pair are wary of stealing the spotlight from President Trump, who has the power to make life difficult for them. I mean, I don't think Donald Trump gives a fuck. I think any president of America has got a lot more to worry about than what that pair of losers is doing. Now, this celebritty author continues. So that last bit was a Daily Mail. So this Sugar, I think it's a Sugar or it's a puff piece. I won't lie, I've been surprised by Meghan's silence this month too. I wouldn't mind if she dropped some big announcement, but I understand why she didn't. Just as I understand why Harry and Meghan mostly ignored the orange mess in the UK. Wow, that is super fucking rude, isn't it? Love, hate, support, when it comes down to name calling, anyone who does that, they've lost the argument, haven't they? Now I find it absolutely insane that the Daily Mail is openly admitting that they sent reporters to Montecito to stalk all of Harry and Meghan's favourite spots. It has to be asked for the millionth time if the left behinds, that would be the rest of the royal family, the real royal family, the King, the Queen, the Prince, the Princess of Wales, This person calls them the left behinds. It has to be asked for the millionth time if the left behinds really are soaking up all of the global attention. Why is British media still obsessively stalking the Sussexes' every move? Well, they're waiting for the divorce announcement. Can't you fucking see that, silly sugar? Did the Mail's editor take one look at Kate's ridiculous doll wig? This person actually fucking wrote that. Did the Mail's editors take one look at Kate's ridiculous doll wig? This is a tantrum, I believe, ladies and gentlemen. And order their US-based reporters to drive to Montecito. Oh, so they were US-based reporters. Hardly stalking, is it? If they work in Santa Barbara or Hollywood, hardly stalking, is it? You make it, the woman make, I think it's a woman. I think it's a woman who wrote that. I think it's a... Come here, my pretty. I think it's a woman. I think it's a woman who's written that article, don't you? See this? You'll never get near one of them, my dear. Not like the rest of the royal family. Not even a fake one. Well, that's all for me, ladies and gentlemen. I do believe that we shall be seeing some more tantrums, and I really hope we see more tiaras in the near future and forever after. Tiaras should be compulsory. Everybody, every citizen should wear, well, only the ladies, well, and the men as well if they want. Yeah, why not? Everyone should have a tiara. Thank you all very much for listening. Anyone new to the channel must think you're fucking bonkers, and yes, I probably am. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing. Hope you all have a wonderful Friday and weekend. Good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and may your God be with you.